Doctor.
Drink, I still sip. Weed, but still lit. Real nigga, real bitch, real nigga. Drink, I still sip. Weed, but still lit. Real nigga, real bitch, real nigga, real bitch.
Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you. I was reacting to this. I don't know if you caught it live of my reactions,
No,
but I was in.
I just got off the plane and somebody sent it to me. So I said, Coolie is a reasonable dude. We could have a conversation.
Fair enough, man. So yeah, if you were listening to a little bit, let me ask, since you're up here, what's your perspective after everything that transpired?
Um, I don't. I told people I don't do interviews. So like for example, if people say, "Yo, Ton, I want to interview you. I want to have a conversation. I disagree with some of the stuff that you say or whatever." If I don't know you, or if you're not like somebody that I'm familiar with or something like that, like in real life, I'm only doing it in person from now on because I think that I don't want to be muted. I don't want to be removed. I don't want to do none of that, right? So he said, "Yo, I want to have you on the platform." He called me because we got some mutual acquaintances. He called me. I said, "All right, cool." He said, "I disagree with you on a lot of stuff. It's probably going to be, a difficult thing." And so I was like, he said, "You still sure you want to do it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm only doing it in person." I said, "So when we doing it?"
Okay.
And so I pulled up to his studio and I told him, I said, "Bro, I warned him. I said, I'm going to match your energy. So
Okay, you told them that beforehand.
if you
You told them
respect,
that beforehand. Okay.
absolutely." I said, "We can have a disagreement." I said, "But I'm going to match whatever energy you have. If you a cool person, then I'm gonna be that." And he was like, "All right, cool, cool." But see, I still already know, right? So I studied him. I went into the labs. I went into the vaults, found out everything that he did, watched multiple shows, and I was prepared for whatever. And so the minute that he said that I suck, I don't know. He said I suck white people ass, white men's ass.
Yeah.
You can't control how I respond to it. You can't tell me what level of disrespect I should be willing to take, and then say, "No, but you can't go this far with it." So let's assume, for the sake of conversation, that you don't agree with how far I took it. Now you got to do something. Because I'm in your studio in person, right face to face with you. And I don't want to up your bag, so I'm not going to scrap
Yeah,
online
yeah.
because that'll get
And,
you
and that's what
demonetized.
we were talking about on stream. I brung some people up and we're like, it was pretty smart. Like I was giving my perspective. Like if someone walked up on me, I will probably just swing because that's a threat. But nah, I think that Anton.
Why?
Well, I said this. I
I
said
don't.
that I think that you handled it smart because it's like, well, you still offered them to fade outside to avoid fighting on camera to mess up the bag. So I think that that was probably what was best.
It was free reign. We was right there. We could have got it in. What is there to talk about?
Yeah.
And for the people that may say, "Nah, I came to your city in your studio knowing that you disrespectful as," what we talking about? This wasn't online. I wasn't talking in general. I'm talking right there to your
Yeah.
face.
Let me ask a question.
What are we talking about? Like you may not agree with everything that I say, but if you can't tell a chick. Here's my
Yeah.
thing. Regardless of where you stand on it, you can't tell a chick move out the way and just sit there. What is that? You might as well let her stay there.
We going back right now. I'm with it. I bet you won't say that. We going back right now. I got money for all this. Whatever. I got money too. Don't nobody give a about this. Hey, homie.
No, it's just not.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Dolly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie.
What does that mean? Like, if we gonna have a conversation, we're gonna have a conversation. And once he put the microphone down, oh, that mean that it's up then. Because it ain't no more talking. and ain't nothing amicable. And that's when I'm like, all right, well, look, I got up. Like, all right, I guess we about to shoot the fade outside.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, because as I was reacting to this live, first time watching it, right before I watched it live, I think I seen like a 30-second clip on Instagram, and I'm like, I got to get on stream and I got to react to it. All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself, who has the ability to leak this type of information? And I found out there's companies called data brokers that profit out of selling your information to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. You already know I've been through many matrix attacks where people create fake pages of mine by using my data, and the same can happen to you. That's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep them off of these sites. They also do other things like bank fraud, identity theft alerts, and also VPN access. I want you to go ahead and utilize my link below in the description box for a 14-day free trial. At least you'll see if you've been compromised or not. Privacy is key nowadays, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link in the description box at aura.com/nofugazi and get 2 weeks free. That's more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. So all of my thoughts was fresh, it was live. But what I noticed that he was unprepared to have an intellectual conversation with you. He would ask you questions, you would make points, and he would have no refutations for your points, no arguments. And then he would just ask another question. You would make a point. He would have no arguments.
Well, that's how you do it, right? That's why I studied.
Okay, so
like,
you knew this already coming into it. You were fully prepared that he was going to be like intellectually inferior than you.
Yeah, I never.
Oh, we just lost him. Could be some bad service. Hold up, chat.
I was getting that notification.
Oh, notification. Okay,
Public
we still live.
Safety alert notification.
Ah, got it.
But, yeah, I mean, if you look and you see what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be an intellectual conversation. It's gonna go that other way. So, like, all right, cool. I'm still coming.
Facts. Okay. So you were fully prepared. You kind of already anticipated, the type of questions he would ask, the type of responses he would give. And you were already aware that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and match your energy. And that's exactly what you did. Okay. Fair enough.
My thing is, I'm a very, very cool, respectful person. I'm one of the coolest people, one of the coolest friends that anybody can have. Usually when something happens, I'm responding to something that somebody else says, whether it's a woman, a guy, whatever, right? And so I don't have no smoke. I ain't got no beef with nobody. I ain't got none of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand my opponent. I understand what I'm dealing with. So for me, it was just like, I know what 5150 is. I understand exactly what it is.
Yeah, I had some people in the chat. They were saying, well, Anton didn't say it again. He didn't call him the D word again and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that doesn't mean that Anton isn't masculine. This just means that, he's aware of his surroundings and he didn't say it again. Just because you don't agree with someone's ultimatum doesn't mean that you have to engage in it. And that doesn't take away the masculinity of a man.
I don't think that most of the niggas that's in the chat is up for a scrap at all.
I agree with that too, man.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really thinking about what the chat say, right? Like most of these niggas is all what they would do. They don't even show up in person. I'm city to city, state to state. I kick it with people in real life. I pull up to people's platforms, and I, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So the internet is always going to be Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think that none of these niggas got hands.
Listen, man,
And
I feel the same way, man.
You don't have to be a tough guy.
Yeah, you don't.
To stand your ground, right?
You don't, man. I had a little situation on tonight's conversation with some folks. Maybe you heard about it, where I had to press someone. Yeah. But yeah, man, they didn't want any smoke. But I would agree. Most of these guys don't got hands, man, and they don't really want to fight. They just talk a big game online. But when you see them in person, it's a different story, man. I would say, man, as reacting to it, I would say that you fully completely obliterated him intellectually. And as far as you handling yourself with the situation, him walking up on you, I gave my commentary live, and I'm like, I would have possibly handled it a little differently because I'm a hothead, but I gotta respect the way he handled it because he still did it
I didn't feel.
That's even
threatened.
perfect. You didn't feel threatened? Perfect.
No.
Perfect. That makes sense now.
Under no circumstance, at no point in there that I ever threatened. Why? What?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
None of that.
Makes sense because that's what I was saying. Because
all bark.
All bark. Yeah. When I was reacting to it, I'm like, if I felt threatened, I would have got up right away if someone walked up to me. But if I didn't feel threatened, I probably would have just been chilling, just like Anton.
Doctor?
Drink, I still sip. Me, one still lit. Real nigga, real bitch, real nigga. Drink, I still sip. Me, one still lit. Real nigga, real bitch, real nigga, real bitch. In calls, I'm coming down that pink drip. I still tip that hip shit. She don't pin fuck, I pick up, I still hit. That's in calls, I'm coming down that pink drip. I still tip that hip shit. She don't pin fuck, I pick up, I still drink, I still sip. Me, one still lit. Real nigga, real bitch, real nigga. Drink, I still sip.